Hello everybody, it's LEDiecast and we've got customs for you to look at, or I guess I should say I wanted to show off my customs today. It's a tradition here. I make a lot of customs and I don't show you all of them. Some of them I just don't like and they get kind of thrown back in the bin. So these were the survivors for, I guess this is this week. I've had some extra time, so these are all the ones from this week. Some of these I've already posted on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, look me up. I think I'm actually under Christian Bradley on Instagram. I really don't remember with all the social things, or it's listed at the very beginning of this video under the little Instagram icon. But go ahead and follow me. I do post them there, usually about a couple weeks to a month ahead of time before we get to the videos. Plus the videos sometimes don't get edited for a few weeks. So if you want to really see what I'm doing, Instagram's a good bet. Also Twitter, all the videos go out on Twitter as well. So I thought we'd take a look at them. What I'm going to do is roll a few of these off here for a second, and we're going to take a look at these because these are the final Peter Kong customs. And if you remember about, it was probably 200 videos ago, Peter Kong was a viewer of the show. He asked if it was okay if he donated his old collection of cars he had when he was a kid. Sorry about the hawk in the background. It's a remote controlled thing in our garage that we can't find. It's been going off all day and I don't know where it is. But Peter donated kindly some of his cars in a case. Most of those now have either gone into the collection that's on my shelf. There were some Tomicas in there that were real nice that I just think are fantastic. They'll be a cherished part of our collection for a while. A lot of them went to Andrew. He's still playing with those. But they were your usual set of cars that you might have when you were a kid. I mentioned to Peter when he did that what he would like in return. And if I remember right, I don't think he wanted anything in return, but I said I would make some customs of his car. So these two here are complete repaints, and I don't even know if Peter will recognize these. I believe both of these were white to start with, so if you go back and look at the original video of Peter Kong's cars, just search for Peter Kong's collection, then you'll see these. I don't remember what color they were right offhand. And this one is the original color. I swapped the wheels out because I thought those three-spoked razor wheels would look a little bit meaner. And I gave it a better gun. I gave it some guards on the front. We've got some lights on the front. But, Peter, I did make sure that I did not change the cross on the back. And I left the scratches on this one because I figured those probably had a story that you could remember. And I didn't really want to try and match that paint on there. So let's take a closer look at these real quick. So this one is is this a Surf Rescue? I don't remember what this one is. Or is this a Bywayman? I don't remember. Anyways, call it a pickup truck. And I'll zoom in a little bit here so you can see it. So flat black. Flat black's one of my favorites to use. And it's got a gloss finish. So lately I've been trying to kind of combine the two. The flat black, you can't go over the top of it with an enamel. So just be careful, Peter, on this one not to scratch the top, but it does have a clear protectant on it. It's just not as strong as the gloss. So, and we added some lights on top, and if I remember right, yeah, we painted the grill there in the front, and it rolls just fine. I am looking at those rims. I don't remember if I painted them. I'm pretty sure I painted those rims. This was the first one we did. That one was actually done quite a while ago. This one's probably my favorite of the group. I just really like the look of this one. Plus I think it kind of is probably the closest of those two to the original. This one was originally white. It's got a two-tone kind of silver finish, so the bottom is lighter than the top. I did use some decals on it. It's got the little Hot Wheels decal on the top and the back. I kind of thought that might look very, very Hot Wheels-ish for the era. If you remember, they always had the little Hot Wheels decals kind of hidden all over the cars. Doors still open, And I'm going to carefully open one just to show it opens, but I don't want to scratch the paint. So the door is still open, and I did sand the doors down to fit a little better. This one's doors, it either had a loose door or a tight door. One of the doors didn't work very well. And man, I'll tell you, painting some of these with the moving doors, if I can't give you a picture of it without taking it apart, but they have kind of a wire, like a stress wire in there. It kind of looks like a bent paper clip. And man, those things are hard to deal with when you're trying not to scratch the paint. I kind of wrapped these whole doors up in tape and was using rags to get them in there, but you got to put a lot of pressure on them. And I'm pretty sure I got it in there tight. There's our eagle, our garage eagle. So there is that one that is going to Peter. And lastly of the Peter cars is this one, his Hummer. This was is it a Hot Wheels? It's a Hot Wheels, right? No, it's Matchbox. The Matchbox Hummer. This is the original paint job, so I left all the scratches on there. You guys know that we kind of cherish our childhood cars, and he probably remembers where every one of those scratches came from. This was the one he said was probably his favorite. His one request was not to change the cross on the back. I could have easily repainted it and left that cross there, but I just didn't think it was going to hold the same significance. So I left all the scratches. I did put a new gun on it. I think that's a Jada gun from the cars that had the like the zombie killing machines or whatever they were. But it does turn, and it's all locked in there nice, so it'll turn. I did put the guards on it, and the back still does open. There you go. The back still opens just fine. It rolls fine. By the way, all these roll. So if Peter really wanted to play with them, he could. Not sure I'd recommend that. Not sure my production quality is going to hold up to anybody playing with them. But they do roll. And those are the 3 cars. They are going off to Peter either today or tomorrow. I'm going to box them up today. And Peter, again, thank you. I hope you like these, and we're already doing another trade with some atomics and so forth, so I'm going to stay in touch with Peter. So, Peter, sorry that took so long, but there you go. All right, next up, we've got some customs that I did just for the sake of doing the customs like we do around here. We've got this one. This one I'm particularly happy with the finish. I did get a lot of emails, more so than usual, probably about 10 emails, about how I do the finish. I guess that got a lot of attention over the last couple videos. I've been showing off the customs and how to get that polish, because it really is smooth. I'm real happy with the way these are coming out. It's not a big deal, but I'll do a video on how to do it. It's just a matter of a lot of sandpaper grits and some elbow grease and maybe a trick or two, but it's really just a matter of sanding the snot out of them. So, but this power panel, probably about the 6th or 7th power panel that I've done, it's got kind of a gold flake finish, which I've been playing for, and kind of that flat gold. I just noticed there's a, there we go. It's got some fingerprints on it. And that flat orange, not gold, flames. And then I use some of the decals. I got those decals are all from, I believe, Pato's Place. So it's patosplace.com. You can go there and buy decals. If you look at the decals, go to the sponsors decals, and that's where I got these from, I think. I don't think any of those are mine. I print my own too, but I don't think those are mine. So there you go. Pretty happy with that. Happy with the wheels. I don't remember where those wheels came from. You guys probably recognize them. Oh, you know what? It says Marvel on them. There you go. It's the Marvel wheels. Marvel Comics. I just noticed that. I don't pay much attention to what I'm doing. I just noticed that. I'm going to have to take those off and spray them down. We'll turn them completely black, but there you go. I got to pay better attention to the details. So this one is, I think this is a Torino. This is a Torino, right? Yeah, it's a Ford Torino. And another one of the Torinos. This one I lowered quite a bit. The wheels do turn, and I'm going to put a little bit of pressure on them just so you can see. The wheels do turn. They are set in axles that I made, and the problem isn't the axles that I made. They're just a little tight. It's that the back end of this is real thick, and I had to Dremel out the back end a lot, which when you lower the cars, you usually have to do that. And I did that after I painted them, and I just did not want to Dremel out anymore because I was afraid I was going to bust up my finish. When you Dremel out the inside and they're painted, it heats up the cars, and so it's really time consuming because you got to keep dipping them in water to cool them down, or you risk wrecking your finish, and worst of all, you risk that Dremel slipping and just screwing up your paint job big time. And this car has been painted so many times I didn't want to take my chances. So there is that car. Pretty happy with it. I like the stance on it quite a bit. Those are my masks. We sell the chevron set, and this is the scalloped set. I think there's two different sets on there. So there is that one. Lastly is this one, probably my favorite of the series. If you saw on Instagram, I did mention that this is going to be the Christmas car coloring and pattern. It won't be this casting. This is a Torino, I think, right? This is a Torino. I get my Torinos and Cyclones mixed up. I'm pretty sure that's a Torino. Yeah, that's a Torino. I don't think they're going to be Torinos. I think they're going to be Chevelles, and I'm only telling you that because I know most of you don't watch all the way through the video, so I'm only talking to like 10 people out there at this point. So you guys know this will be the coloring for the Christmas cars. We're starting on those next week. They take about 2 months to finish as I peck away at them, and we'll probably make upwards to about 20, and those Christmas cars will go out to our favorite YouTube channels. And I just let Andrew pick half of them, and I pick half the channels. And so it's just our favorite YouTube channels. I think last year they all went out to Hot Wheels channels, except for one, which Andrew insisted that the guy that makes our crested gecko videos that he really likes should get one. So some dude in Australia that breeds crested geckos, which we have a crested gecko, he got a Hot Wheels car. So you never know. If you got a Barbie channel or you breed dogs or whatever it is, you might get yourself a Hot Wheels car. But most of these will go to YouTube channels that you and I are familiar with. So if you are a YouTube channeler and you know that we watch you, well, you got a chance of getting one of these, at least one of these colored cars coming up. So a little bit about it. Another one that I just polished the hell out of. Very happy with the polish. I'm going to try and get that highlight to kind of crawl across there. Very happy with it. That has turned into a time-consuming thing. You know what? I did not put the license plate on that again. I have little license plate decals. I always put them on last because I always paint those fenders, but I forgot to. Yeah. Oh wait, is there one on the back? Nope. So again, the wheels do turn on this. I'm gonna, here, these are a little bit looser. They do turn. I don't know if you can see that. They're very, very tight, and I don't want to scratch them. The back wheels turn just fine. But the front wheels, again, it's that drilling out. Whenever you lower the car that much, you really got to Dremel out the casting. And just a hint, if you set the wheels and the casting before you go painting it, like I really should do, I just end up painting so many at one time that doesn't always work out that way. If you set the wheels and the casting first before painting it and get the stance and everything right and Dremel out the inside of the car and get everything fitted, then paint it, you'll be much happier. If you paint them first and try and do all that fitting, chances are you're just going to screw your car up. That Dremel is going to skip and just munch up your paint sooner or later, or the heat's going to get it, or something bad's going to happen. So you're going to be much better off. But yeah, real happy with this one. We do have the LEDiecast decals on the top. Those are from my good friend Carlos, who he printed those with his Alps printer. I printed out some masks for him. So there you go. Hope you enjoy those. We always enjoy making the customs. We've got dozens more here in the works. We do have one that is gearing up for PJ's contest. If you haven't checked that out, go to what is it, PBAJ I forgot. PJ, sorry. But look up, I'm pretty sure it's PBAJ, and then look for a contest that's coming up. The deadline's coming up here at the end of July. So I'm going to have something for that, but as the rules state, we're not going to show that until it ends up in the contest. So we'll show it after the contest, but that is the one that I've been working on recently. So thanks everybody for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye.